Hey Sagittarians, hope that you're all doing well. Happy New Year. For all of you who survived a difficult 2021, give yourself a pat on the back. You made it. Now we're into 2022. So let's see what may be in the cards for you. And I say maybe because you have free will. All right, friends, what do we got? What's the past influence, please, for Sagittarians? Emperor reversed. Could be dealing with an Aries. Doesn't have to be, but that does represent Aries. It looks as though you've been dealing with someone who may have been a bit of a tyrant. This is somebody who could have been very, very rigid, too rigid. And that could have impeded on your freedom, or it could have been bothering you. But there's something in terms of an authoritative figure here, or someone who likes to think that they have authority. And I feel like they really, it's almost, did you feel trapped? Did you feel as though you were stuck? Did you feel as though the structure wasn't really structure? Did you feel dominated, or that this person was utilizing excessive control? That they were just very, very inflexible? Because that's the sense that I'm getting here. And I'm also getting the fact that in the recent past here, or even it could have been 2021, you looked at your relationship with power, control, and authority, and responsibility and discipline. Maybe you were expressing too much or too little of these elements in your life. And maybe you found that they weren't exactly working for you. This is somebody who could be very domineering or rigid in their thinking as well. And it can suggest that there was an overuse and abuse of authoritative power surrounding you. Maybe it originated from you, or maybe another person. Often it could be, like I said, a boss or a partner or a father figure. And it may be because of deep insecurities or father issues from childhood. I feel that you were considering the role that power was playing in your life. Were you asserting your power and dominance in a way that leaves other people around you feeling powerless? Or were you giving away your personal power to please someone else, often a father figure or that person in authority? I feel like you were looking for a solution where you lead from a place of personal power and enable others to do the same. Power can be equally and constructively distributed, and that you don't need to take it from others, nor do you need to give yours away. So these could be some things that you're contemplating in the here and now. Or it could be a sign that, someone in the past has been looking to you as their leader or as an expert in the field, but maybe you were shying away from the role. Maybe you feared being seen as a leader, and instead you preferred to hide in the shadows or stay out of the spotlights. Maybe there were other ways that you wanted to make an impact and influence in the world, such as authoring a book or training others to reach a bigger audience. Sometimes it even is just a matter of that you had to stand up to authority, right? You may have felt fed up with an overbearing boss or hierarchical. I can't even really say that word, but do you know what I mean? Like when you have a hierarchy in a business, and maybe you didn't like that organization, and maybe you felt compelled to enter a more flexible and adaptive environment. Maybe you even aspire to be your own boss and work independently by starting up your own business. Maybe you were seeking a career where you can have greater flexibility and creativity in how you complete your work. Maybe you were sick of having to always work within the confines of a particular structure or way of doing things, and you want to break free from it. Something may have made you even pay attention to your commitment to your goals and your self-discipline to get the job done. Maybe you were struggling to see some outcomes, and you ended up putting a plan into place and a routine that supported that plan. and the dedication to see it through. Maybe you had to get a little tough on yourself and do the uncomfortable work that you prefer to avoid. But something tells me that if you did, you were able to harness some positive out of it. You know, the positive influences of the Emperor, but upright. And that those efforts are going to lead to success. If it was to do with a relationship, perchance, maybe you're in an unequal partnership and it's making you unhappy in the long term. Perhaps your partner was overbearing or possessive or dominating and authoritative. While you may have been looking for a partner to take care of you and offer a stable foundation for the future, maybe those qualities have gone too far and it seems as though much of your independence and freedom had been taken away. And this dynamic could have been putting a strain on the connection and preventing a flow of energies between you. So either or, there was some imbalance of power here. And in the present, how is this affecting the present right now for my Sag? My beautiful Saggies. Ooh, I just saw the Queen of Swords. It wanted to pop out, but it looks as though a decision's being made. Yeah, you're standing your ground, Saggies. That's exactly what's going on here. With that Seven of Wands, you feel as though it's all coming at you. But the good thing is you're putting your foot down, which I feel is required. And it's interesting too, because these types of energies come to us when we actually have to draw it out ourselves. So you can see this person really standing up. So maybe you've been just very free, caring, and just chilling, and maybe you've been so flexible that now you have to step up and take some of this energy so that it can balance out. Because there's a challenge or a competition or protection or perseverance that you're going through in the present. And if you haven't, you might be going through it in the next couple of days. So after the success of the Six of Wands, you're in an enviable position, but yet being challenged by others who want to take your place. And you worked hard to get where you are, but some people covet what you have and are prepared to fight you for it. So while it's flattering that they may strive for your success, it also makes for a very tense and competitive environment because you need to protect what you earned and must continually prove yourself. Maybe that's exactly what happened. Maybe somebody in the past here saw all that you are capable of, and now they want to take you down a peg. It's a sad fact of life, but definitely the more visibility that you have as a leader in your field, and the bigger your audience, the more likely it is that you're going to need to grapple with this kind of pressure. Others are going to see your success and will either challenge your point of view or want to take you down. When the Seven of Wands comes up in the present, it basically says to expect to see an increase in haters and trolls and people who disagree with you. You'll need to secure your territory and fight for what you stand for. You may also want to engage a lawyer or, say, a loyal support team that can defend you from any possible threat. It can appear when maybe you hold a contentious point of view or wish to voice your opinion in a public forum. This card asks that you be ready to support that argument and back yourself. Stand firm in your conviction of what you believe and why, so that others do not topple you from your mountain of self-belief. So that could be it. You could be going up against somebody who's very rigid in their opinions as well, and maybe even doling out false information. They're abusing their power. And so now you're the one who's going to step up. Sometimes this threat or opposition may catch you by surprise and you feel inadequately prepared for such the battle. But just like the individual here in this card, right, has rushed to put their gear on to ensure that they're safe, you've got to scramble to fight even though you don't have everything in place. Like, say if something's mismatched or you don't feel ready, you're just going to have to be ready and trust that no matter what happens, you've got this. Perhaps this is saying that, you can learn from this past experience by putting something in place in the future. So you might be preparing. You might already know this energy that you've dealt with in the past. So now you're preparing so that you are ready to deal with it if it comes up again. which is great. It helps to reduce that stress. It asks to map out any potential threats or risks before moving ahead with plans. And then that way, you can have a worst case scenario plan ready to go. It could also mean a challenge to the success of a creative project from an external source. Someone or something may get in the way of you being able to pursue your goals and dreams. And while it appears to block your path forward, you can overcome this obstacle by drawing upon your strong self-confidence, which you have, and your self-belief, and your continual self-improvement. Establish clear boundaries and protect them so that others don't mess with you. Hold your ground, take a stand, and definitely defend the position at all costs. It's going to require courage and persistence, but you've got that strength and that determination to do it. Keep fighting for what you believe in and confront those who may oppose or threaten you, whoever this person is there. It could even be something as simple as you're the one, sorry, like I said, I'm getting over bronchitis here, or maybe I didn't say, I don't know, but I am. But whoever this person is that's not collaborating or is challenging you, you've got this. Let's see what else. Ooh, so in the near future here, to get that balance, to get things back in balance, you will be doing so. But it's important to note as well that this is the Two of Pentacles, which means you're going to have a lot going on. There's going to be a lot that you're juggling, and you are going to balance, but there's a thin line between being able to manage it all and then it crashing again because it becomes too much. So that's why it's very important now that you take a stand before you get walked on any further or before somebody continues to cross your boundaries. If it's housework, you ask your partner to get up and help you because they are just as much responsible for any mess that needs cleaning or taking care of the kids or helping with the pets or helping with the yard work, whatever. If it's a work situation and you've got a boss, try to implement and look up maybe ways of saying no politely to your boss and why you can't take on extra tasks because they may be dumping it on you. Or if it's to do with friends or family and they're expecting a lot of you, again, draw a boundary of what you can give and protect what you've already gotten. Energy is not, how do I put this? It's like energy is not free flowing and continuous. You'll need the time to rest. You can't give it all. And maybe in the past you could have, but now you've got to draw some lines so that you can keep things balanced, okay? So you will be making some decisions, but it'll be good. It's going to balance things out for you, okay? So you focus on what you need to do to get yourself to a fair and just place in your life. Sending you so much love, you guys, and Happy New Year. Bye, Saggies.